Hello, everyone. Please forgive me if I sound weird. Yesterday, I got braces, and they're just as uncomfortable and painful and annoying as I remember them being when I did this 30 years ago. Um, but since then, my teeth have gone a little bit crooked, and I've developed some jaw problems. And when I eat now, it's become painful when I chew. And I'm ready for that to not be the case anymore. So instead of a really fun coffee mug today, I'll be drinking a smoothie out of my Brace Yourself Orthodontics travel mug. So that's delicious. I thought I would start reading posts I made during my treatment journey 10 years ago. I think that's sort of a interesting way we could sort of look at what I wrote back then when I didn't know what I know now, and then I could sort of give my thoughts on how I'm feeling, what I've learned, just maybe a little more insight, or see if anything I said is still true, or have improvements been made? Is everything still the same? I don't know. I just I was diagnosed on April 7th, 2015. That was a really emotional day for me 10 years ago. And then this year, I was lucky enough to be on vacation with my kids and my mom visiting family in Florida. Over spring break, we spent time with friends at a theme park. I mean, it sounds cliche and all of that shit, but like, I literally could not have been more happy to be just doing mundane, everyday things, even like waiting in line at a theme park. You know, I'm really lucky to be here today to be able to just do those everyday things. So, I was really happy that it was just more or less an ordinary day. I just happened to be on spring break. I did find this was a post I made on April 15th, 2015. And a little insight before I read this. In April of 2015, one of my longtime best friends in the whole world since high school was getting married, and it was a destination wedding. And I was taking my mom, who'd known her obviously since I was in high school, and I was taking my daughter because she was just, like 8 months old. She was still nursing, and I was like, it was just a long weekend kind of a trip. So all that trip to the Dominican Republic had already been booked, planning on going. All of that before I was told I had breast cancer. And I was like, can I still go? And my doctor was like, well, we kind of really want to get started on your treatment, but yes, you can go. And I was like, then I'm going. I'm not missing her wedding. And I feel like I probably am going to need these 4 days of hopefully some relaxation and beauty and sun, sand, beach before we start this. So that's a little bit of the backstory there. And forgive me if I'm swallowing a lot, but again, this is 24 hours with braces and my mouth is still trying to adjust to this. So, April 15th, 2015. I met my oncologist yesterday and got a lot of information. If I'm being honest, I don't think any of this has hit home. I don't look sick, I don't feel sick, but the tests show the cancer is triple negative. That's bad. It means it doesn't react to hormones. It's basically unpredictable. So that means 6 months of chemo first before surgery so that the lump can be monitored. That's how we will know if treatment is working. Of course, I can't take unleaded chemo, I have to take the super premium, which requires surgery to implant a port in my chest so the chemo can be dosed straight into a major vein artery that can handle it. I'm getting on a plane first thing tomorrow morning with my mom and Livy for a much needed earned vacation/wedding trip. First thing Tuesday morning, this treatment plan will be put into action. 2 things that I've learned so far. I'm sure there will be more. You don't know what you don't know. The doc said I was smart for finding the lump and seeing my doctor. Second, talk about your family history and any health issues. Even the small ones, this is all important information. I'm also being tested to see if I carry the gene, the BRCA gene. This is important info for my sister and my daughter. Now that there is a family history of breast cancer, so little side note, no one in my family had been diagnosed until me. Subsequently, 2 of my maternal aunts have also been diagnosed with breast cancer. Hormone positive, not triple negative. Anyway, I'm not one that usually posts an overabundance of personal stuff, but I don't know a lot about cancer other than what I've seen on TV. And if I can help educate myself and others along the way, I feel that's an important thing to do. I feel like I've really done that in the last 10 years because, man, I have learned a lot. And thankfully, there have been a lot of new developments in breast cancer treatment in general. I think triple negative breast cancer, because it's more aggressive, more invasive, it's really just a bigger pain in the ass, is progressing treatment wise as well, but slowly. More tests, this is what in my head I think, just more tests and studies have to be done. Also, there's probably less women who have had triple negative breast cancer to conduct these studies and tests on. So yeah, I kind of feel like I was wise in saying, I don't know what I don't know, because I didn't. I was super naive at the time. I mean, what do you think at 34, you have a new baby? You never think you're going to be the one to get breast cancer, let alone at such a young age, or, surprise, you've got the rare and aggressive kind. Yeah, so that was eye-opening, but here I am. I really think this is going to be a fun, and that's probably a poor choice of words there, not necessarily fun, but I am anxious to look back at what I said 10 years ago and see how I feel about it all today. So there we go. Round 1, we'll see how often I post. Sometimes maybe I'll read more than one. Sometimes maybe it'll just be one. Okay then. I'm going to stop talking now because my mouth is really starting to create a lot of saliva. And I don't want it to become more of an issue. So thank you for listening, and keep moving forward.